Hey guys, Mr. T here. This is another video. This one is on product notation. So in algebra, if a coefficient, so the number in front of a variable, and a variable are being multiplied, the multiplication symbol x, we leave it out. And that's just the accepted proper way of doing it. We call this product notation. That's a proper name for doing that. So for example, if you've got a number 2 timesing by the variable x, using product notation we would write that as 2x. Not 2 times by x. You could see it being very confusing, have a time sign that looks like an x with a variable x as well. Just leave multiplications out. You have to be careful with this though. If the numbers that are being multiplied, you do know them. Here I'm multiplying 2, which I do know, by x, which I don't know. But let's say you were timesing two numbers that you did know. They were just written as numerals. You do not just remove the time sign. That's because you can actually find the answer to that multiplication, unlike when you're involving a variable. So for example, 2 times by 3. I know what 2 is. I know what 3 is. None of these are variables. I'm multiplying them together. They do not become 23 by removing the time sign. Why is that? It's because I know the answer to 2 times by 3. It's 6. So in that case, when you're timesing numbers together, you find the answer, which is 6. So just take note of that. Be careful. Don't just remove the time signs just because you were told. You have to be smart about it. Another aspect of product notation is ordering things. If a term contains a coefficient and a variable, the coefficient, so the number part of a term, always goes first. So if you've got a times by 3 here, so a variable times by number, it's going to be written as 3a. The coefficient 3 goes first, the variable goes second, not a3. It's not written in that order. The number always comes first. The coefficient comes first. Next, if a term contains more than one variable, the variables must be written in alphabetical order. So in this case, we've got c times by 2 times by a times by b. We've got 3 variables here, c, a, b. We've just established a rule where the number goes first. So that's going to be written as 2 times by. You're not going to write the answer as 2CAB. You're going to write it as 2ABC because that is alphabetical order. That's just the accepted rule of product notation and algebraic notation. You write it that way. Lastly, product notation can be used to rewrite the sum of a variable being added to itself many times. So for example, a plus a plus a. That's a getting added together 3 times over. That's the same as timesing a by 3. 3 times by a, and just above, as we've established, 3 times by a would be written as 3a by removing the time sign. So just be wary if you see the same variable being added together to itself many times. It can be simplified to that variable times by the number of times it got added together. That's another aspect of product notation. So if we have a look at an example here, rewrite the following using proper product notation. So here we have 3 multiplications between these numerals and variables. Here we've got r added to itself 3 times, and then here we have multiplications again. So we're going to end up with 3 terms here. You're going to have that chunk to deal with. That chunk we can bring together because it's 3 of the same variable we can add it together, and that chunk we can bring together removing multiplication signs. So let's start by removing multiplication signs to start off with x, 4kb, plus, we know this is going to be a separate variable because it's not a time sign that we can remove. This is completely separate. r plus r is the same as 3r, plus, this is a separate term on the right here. Remove the time signs, 2a3. Now remember that note that we said, these numbers 2 and 3 are being multiplied together. we just remove the times sign there, and you don't leave them as 2, 3. We can work out the answer to 2 times by 3. It's 6. So it's going to be 6a plus 3r plus, and what do we have to do with the coefficient of any term? It goes out the front, and what do we do with the variables? They have to go in alphabetical order, so b, k, x. So your answer, rewrite the following using product notation, is going to be 4bkx plus 3r plus 6a. So hopefully that helps you out on the ideas of product notation. I'll see you in the next video.